Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Software Inc. Alpha 9. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because if you've been paying attention to some of the previous episodes, you might be aware that I made a mistake. And that mistake is that I don't know when I did it, but I seem to have deleted the game dev team somewhere along the line. I seem to have misclicked, and I believe it might have been in the previous episode in part 14. Because at the time I'm recording this episode, part 15, part 14 hasn't gone out yet, and I didn't see anyone mentioning it in the comments of part 13. So I think in the last episode when I was doing some downsizing and deleting some teams, I might have accidentally deleted the game devs. Now I have gone ahead and fixed that because all of the people that were in the game dev team were still at the company. They just didn't have a team, so they didn't have any jobs to do, so they were just roaming around doing nothing. So I've remade the game dev team, and they are now back in this building over here. So if we just turn on room labels, game dev artists, designers, and programmers are in here. You'll also notice this building's been cleared out quite a bit. All of the furniture that wasn't in those rooms or in the lounge has been removed. That's just because I felt like doing it. I've also gone ahead and deleted every single dev team that isn't an A team, because I figure at this point we probably don't need them. I'm also going to move customer support 2 to work from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. Much in the same way all of the other teams barring dev 7C, which is still here for some reason. Let's just delete you guys there. I wonder if I deleted game devs instead of 7C last time. I have to imagine that's what it was. Either way, all of the teams now work from 8 until... I'm going to say 8 until 5. No, 8 until 4 is going to be fine. Or maybe, you know what, 9 till 5 is when they're going to work. Every team is going to be working from 9 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And that's how the company is going to be run. Now, I am going to change some of the holidays in here as well because I feel like that's probably a good idea. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. That's already 5, and that's 5. There we go. So no one's working until 6. We're going to change the holidays, so customer support has alternating holidays. Dev 1A is going to be September, and then October, and November, December. Then we go to January, which is there. We go to February, which is just there. We want March, which is going to be there. We want April, which is going to be there. We want to get May, which is there. We want June, July. Then we already have some Augusts up here, but that's totally fine. We'll go for another August holiday. Then another September holiday. And another October holiday. So we have every month of the year someone going on holiday. One of the teams going on holiday. Customer support 2 doesn't actually have HR enabled just yet. So let's see. What does customer support 2 actually have? It only has one person. Oh, we never got around to that, did we? Okay. So customer support 2, with it working at the same time as regular customer support, we are actually going to need to give them their own office because they were supposed to be sharing that one. So customer support 2 is actually going to start working up here, which is totally fine, and is no longer going to be working in that office there. So how many people are going to be working in customer support 2? How many chairs do we have? We have a lot of furniture in that room. I want the chairs specifically. 45 of them. That's okay. We'll get 45 programmers for customer support 2. So we'll not bother forcing the roles. Maybe we do some different ones. Maybe we do like 15, 15, 15. Because that would work. Like 15 of those, 15 of those, 15 of those. And, you know, that with a bit of education, we'll actually get them doing some education. So we'll say like minus 15 so we can get a bunch of people in education there and enable that. And customer support 2 should go up to having 46 people in it. HR team for customer support 2 doesn't have the budget. Let's up that to $1 million. And there we go. We should see that go up to 46 people soon enough, which will be beautiful news. We're not forcing roles or anything. You do have a big enough budget now. I don't know why nothing's being done there with customer support 2. There we go. There's 16 people. Come on, let's go up again. There's 31 people. Let's get to 46 people. There we go. So customer support 2 is going to come in. They're going to start doing some good stuff. Have I already set all of these things to... Yeah, these all look fine to me. Okay, good. So all of that's going to be working. We have doubled our customer support capabilities. We have tidied up the number of people here at the company. We have a bunch of stuff that's due for release in the next couple of years. Obviously, Wave 9 in September 2012. We have Bug Blocker 6 coming eventually. We have Vision.3D Edition 2 coming in October 2014. We have Vision.3 Edition 2 coming in November 2013. In December 2016, we have Vertex. In November 2014, we have Digital Desk. In March 2013 is Squareface 2. In October of 2014 is Cattlefield. In May of 2015 is the OS 7. In October of 2014 is Nerdbox 2. And in June 2013 is Nano, the phone operating system. So, we have a lot of stuff being worked on. So what I want to do, for a start, is I want to make sure all of my staff is working well. I also want to go to distribution and make sure that we're not printing any more copies of Bug Blocker, because we really don't need those. Maintenance is arriving at 4 p.m., leaves at 8 p.m. That's probably okay. Cleaning arrives at 4 p.m., leaves at 8 p.m. Can I get maintenance to come in at noon? Because maintenance doesn't work on computers. Maintenance works on just miscellaneous things. So if I say 12 p.m. there, maintenance now leaves at the same time as everybody else. Then cleaning comes in. Now cleaning's an interesting one, because I'm actually going to go and like I want to sort by type for a second, because I want to grab like half of my cleaning staff and say you guys can come in at 12 p.m. as well, because my cleaning staff don't do a very good job when they come in as a massive army. So having some of them come in at 12 p.m. is probably fine. A lot of them still come in at 4 p.m., but that's fine. The cooks are going to come in around, I'm going to say 10 a.m. as opposed to 8 a.m. The couriers are going to come in and leave at 4 p.m. That's totally fine. IT is fine coming in at 4 p.m. and maintenance is still fine as is. Receptionist, you are going to come in at 10 a.m. as well. And that's totally fine. So that's some of the general logistics of the company sorted there. As for this little building, since it doesn't really serve any purpose anymore, I'm tempted, on one hand, to move the game devs out of here into their own sort of design studio somewhere. I could maybe, take and adjust this building a little bit and add another floor for the game devs. But I don't think I need to do that, to be honest. I think they're fine doing what they're doing. What I'd actually like to do is maybe get more meeting rooms over here, maybe get more lounges and stuff like that over here. Even though it doesn't make the most sense. I mean, a meeting room here for the game devs would probably be fine. How many people are on that team? I believe it was 47 on game devs, if we have a little look. Yeah, 47 people on game devs. So we would need 47 chairs to get, like, the perfect meeting room for the game devs. But we can give it a shot and see what we can do. So if we go with this, we can get, like, just a giant sort of table made in this room here, which can go to about that point. We'll put stuff like this, and we'll leave a gap in the middle just to make it sort of interesting and sort of fancy like that. So we'll put that all around there. It'd be really nice to be able to click and drag here. Just in case, on the off chance that the developer of Soft Ring sees this, which is maybe a little bit, maybe I'm expecting, too much of people. I'm sure he's very, very busy and doesn't have time to watch a silly video like mine. That's fair enough. But if by any chance he was to see this, having the option to like click and drag out chairs at desks like this would be so... Same with furniture in general. I know it's sort of... I know click and drag is currently like rotate, but maybe having like control, like hold control and then click and drag and that does it. And then maybe like holding, maybe keep, click and drag as rotate. So click and drag as rotate, but if I hold shift or control or alt or something, it would drag out the furniture instead of rotating it. That's something that I think would be really nice for building like quick studios and stuff like that. Because I find that myself and a lot of people that play this do often group tables together like this or in giant rows like that as well. So I mean, we do have copy and paste, so that does make things easier, but I think it would be nice to have the ability to click and drag furniture. Anyway, that's a tangent that's completely pointless. Let's go to meeting room here. I want to put some of these plants sort of... Do I want to put them in the middle? Because the thing is, I can't put these in the middle because they're not accessible to maintenance. So putting plants in the middle would work. I could put these in. These would totally work because they're small. I like that. I do actually like that. I think that's quite nice. So that's going to be like the meeting room for game devs. There are 26 chairs in there. We could put some more in, I suppose. We'll go ahead and do that and that. Those are the wrong type of chair. So let's go and get this in here instead, just like that. Can I select all those chairs and replace them? Is that a thing I can do? If I select all of those and go to replace furniture, oh, I totally can. And I can go with like the cheap chair, which isn't as uncomfortable. It is an uncomfortable plastic chair, so we'll just go with that. I do want to change the style of these though, just because I don't think it works as like a meeting room thing. I want to just go with like a gray chair. I think that's totally fine. Then like a kind of dark red back on them, like barely red. So something like that I think kind of works. Just as a bit of interesting contrast there. Then like a kind of dark base on them as well. Or maybe like the kind of red base as well. That looks quite nice. I like that. I think that's kind of interesting. The desks are totally fine being as they are. The floor can probably stay as is as well. I think I do want to put some decorations in here. So something like this along that wall. Probably a good idea. We could put some along this wall as well, which I think I will absolutely do. So just something a little bit like that. Could put a TV in there if I wanted. What if I was to move these a little bit? What if I just, I get them out of there, put a TV in that spot, and that spot, and we put a clock just in the middle. That looks kind of interesting. I like that. It's simple, it's effective, it does what it needs to do. So that room is going to be for meetings for the game dev team only. So they have their own meeting room. And it's not that far away from where they work, which is beautiful news. Temperature will vary a lot in this room. Are we having temperature problems? Apparently we are. I wonder if that, is it a radiator thing? No, I know what it is. We don't have any air conditioning in this building. That's fine. I deleted all of the air conditioning, didn't I? So if we go to here, go to temperature and get air conditioning on that wall and just there and there, this building should be totally fine. There we go. No problem. We are going to want to get some radiators in here just to make sure the room is nice and warm. Otherwise, they'll be a little bit uncomfortable. So get just a bunch of those around like that. And that should be totally fine for the meeting room. We will need to get some lighting in here. So let's just get some lights in the corners of the desk like that. We can maybe get some lights sort of towards the middle of the desk like that. Then a couple of lights just over there as well like that. So that should be totally fine for that room. There we go. A meeting room for the game devs. Hopefully going to keep them nice and happy. Hopefully we'll see them use it soon enough. Doesn't look like they're interested in using it today. I guess they are going home. There's the army of cleaners showing up to work, which is beautiful. There they go. Oh my god. Where are they all going? A lot of them are... Oh my god. Where are they all going? Like, it looks... I don't think anyone's been up there yet. Oh, they're all leaving now. Okay. Where are you guys off to this time? So you're all going this way. Are you all going in... You're all going in that building. Where the heck are they going? Oh, they're going in here. Oh, wow. I mean, the bits that they did clean are pretty good looking. It's just a shame that they didn't touch most of the rest of the place, but fair enough. You guys... You did a reasonable job, I suppose. So it's just struck midnight. It is now October 2011. I do believe, yeah, the game just skipped to the start of the next day, which is beautiful news. That's what I wanted to start doing regularly. Everybody's coming into work. Game devs are showing up. Are they going to have a meeting today? Hopefully. Hopefully we're going to see the game devs go to a meeting, because I'd like to see them use the new room here. Although I need to make sure that I have actually assigned... I did assign a leader, right? If I look at the... Yeah, Marlon Holt is back as the leader of the game devs there. So Marlon, are you going to be putting together a meeting anytime soon? There we go. There we go. Marlon Holt. 61-year-old Marlon Holt. Where is he? He's not going to be here, is he? He's going to be like over this way. Because he's gonna have to come out of his office, go through this building... And then get over to the game devs. Where is he? Marlon, where are you, mate? Are you even in there? No, he's not. Where is Marlon Holt? I can't help... There he is. He's on his way. Oh, man. It's a really bad idea to have his office so far away from that meeting room. But sure. That's fine. That's fine. They have their own office. They're in the meeting, and they're getting up to go back to work, so that's fine. He works in the other building. They work in this building. I like it. It gives this building some purpose. I mean, most of the building doesn't have purpose. There's a lot of empty rooms lying around, especially up here. This one's just terrible looking. But that's all right. We'll not worry too much about it. Let's have a little look up here, though. Oh, wow. This looks miserable. This actually looks miserable. I love it. I actually love how miserable this looks. It's the best thing. I mean, it's not, but it's kind of the best thing. Can I get like a water cooler in here? Like if I put that there, that's maybe going to keep them a little bit happy. We'll put one like there. We'll put one, like how many spaces apart is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Yeah, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there. So yeah, a couple of water coolers in that room. Maybe they'll use it. Maybe they won't. It looks like they'd rather go elsewhere. They do have bathrooms up here, right? Yeah, there are 2 bathrooms on this floor. But no one's interested in using the water cooler, which is interesting. Fair enough. I mean, I guess they are very busy. It is one of the 2 support teams here at the company. So we'll not worry too much about them not using the water coolers. I mean, it just means they're getting on with work. It just means they're doing what they should be doing. Now, hold on a minute. Oh, there they are. There's the slightly smaller army of cleaners who are hopefully going to do a good job. I mean, some of this place is getting cleaned. Some of it isn't. It looks like they're slowly getting there, though. Like, they're slowly going through this building and getting stuff done. Also, I love that at 10 p.m. the game skips to the next day. It's been a while since we've had that happening. It's nice that it started doing that again. Because it means that we should get through these months quicker. It means we should get to the release of things a little bit quicker. I'm looking forward to it. I am slightly concerned that not having the same amount of workers that I had before is going to result in lower quality products, but I'm willing to take that chance. Because, honestly, it'll probably still make a considerable amount of cash. We have 48 million fans. We are almost a 5-star company. We have 1.4 billion pounds. How many employees do we have in total, actually? Select all. So, 803 employees, with the highest salary being 3,134. So if I say 1.4, I'm going to type this into Google. We'll go to 1.5 billion divided by the highest salary, which is 3,134. Why am I doing this again? Oh wait, no. That would let me have 478,621 employees for 1 month. Okay. So I think we're fine. So 478,621. 478. Am I doing this right? 621 divided by 803. Will that give me the amount of days that I can have this? Can I keep this company going for 3 years with those guys at that salary? I honestly don't know if I did the math right there. The point I'm trying to get to is that number 1, I'm not amazing at maths and it's 3 a.m. And number 2, we could keep this company afloat for a while, as I've mentioned before, even if we weren't actually marketing anything. And we're not making that much money. Keep that in mind. We are only making oh no, actually we made 25 million pounds last month. We actually made more money this month than we've made in average in the last 3 months. And it seems that we are continuing to make more money. So yeah, we're fine. We're fine. It's totally fine. Why are you unhappy? You feel isolated. That's kind of the point. That's kind of the point of the cubicle, buddy. That's kind of why you have it. So feeling isolated is kind of intentional. I mean, not in a sense of trying to make you feel miserable. It's just that you're not supposed to feel like you're in a little community here, mate. You're at work. You're making software. You're doing hard work for money. Money that this company has worked for many years to make. Over 30 years, in fact. 1.4 billion in 30 years is... I mean, that's not bad, I guess. So I think I want to try and make a lot of this floor here into one giant lounge. So we're going to go into here, and we're going to put a wall there, just across that space. This is going to stay as a hallway, where all of this hallway, these rooms here, are all going to become one room, which is considerable. It's a rather large room, but that's fine. We're going to keep one of the doors at that end, because that's kind of okay. We'll keep one of the doors at that end as well, because I am going to sort of separate this room up a little bit. I want to just make it something kind of interesting looking. So what we'll do is we'll go and get some furniture. We're going to put some sofas just sort of in here. And the way I'd like to do that is by putting some sofas sort of there and there, and sort of like this as well. So it's sort of like you can sit opposite people and just have a chat. That's basically what we're going for. So sort of that kind of thing there, just the whole way across that space. I do want to go for just any bit of furniture, because I want to put some room dividers in here as well, so that they're almost like little booths, which I think will be kind of cool. It's almost like a restaurant, basically. It's almost like a little club that we have going on here. But I like the idea that, we have these little spaces where people are going to be able to sit and chat and relax and, not have to worry too much about the goings-on of the rest of the company. I do want to block up these bits in the corners, because what I want to do is I want to put 2 vending machines into this space here. Then down this way, I want to get some tables, because I want to put a table there and a table there. And we're going to put a coffee machine. An espresso machine is going to go there, with a regular coffee machine in that spot, with a water thingy, a water cooler, just into that spot. So that'll be totally okay. So that, thus far, is, I think, a pretty cool way to set this whole space up. What I then like to do is something kind of similar here, where we have this kind of little isolated space, and we can put just more stuff in there. So we're going to put in maybe a couple of sofas, but, well, maybe not a couple of sofas. Maybe what we'll do is put in... there's no point in putting an outdoor lamp in there. There's not really much point in putting anything other than, like, another water cooler. Maybe another couple of water coolers. Or maybe not. Maybe not water coolers. Maybe we go for something like vending machines again. Just so, these rooms are kind of interesting. So a couple of vending machines there and there. We'll get another water cooler just sort of in the middle. And that should be fine, I reckon. I mean, it looks interesting. It does look a little bit, confined and closed in, but I do kind of like that. So for this space over here, what we'll do is make a bit more of an open space, I reckon. So something just a little bit like that. We could throw a lamp into that corner, because why not? And I know it's right by the door, but that's fine. We'll put some stuff like that just to back up that little bit. I like it, though. I do like how that looks. We can throw some art on the wall. This is turned into The Sims at this point. We'll throw some art onto... Can I get a TV up there? Would that work better? Oh, a TV totally works there. Can I get TVs in these walls? No, that's fine. I can get one there, though, so we'll do that as well and delete the water cooler. We could throw a TV up on that wall, I think, but we'll not bother with it. This looks all right, though. I like how this is coming along. That little room there is fine. It's totally pointless. We'll get some... We could get some bookcases in here, but I don't think that's a thing I want to do. I think what I'd like to do is get maybe some plants in here, if that's a thing I can do. I can get a plant there, which I might as well do. I could get a plant sort of back here as well, which I might as well do as well. So thus far, this isn't so bad. I think, honestly, what I should do is just duplicate the same design that I have here along this space as well. Because we can just get a bunch of sofas and keep everybody nice and comfortable and keep them relatively happy. Let's make a couple of smaller booths, though. So we have room for people to sit and, have slightly more personal chats, I suppose. So something like that. We can actually just double these up if we wanted to, which I actually think I would like to do. So make a couple of these smaller booths over here. And we can do something like this over here and get like a slightly bigger one. Then all we need to do is throw the dividers in. And we have sort of this weird restaurant thing. Which actually makes me think you could totally make something that looks like a proper little company restaurant. Because you could do the tables and chairs for a canteen in this kind of layout with the cubicle walls, and it would totally look like a restaurant with little cubicles, and I think that'd be adorable. So I might actually do that. And there we go. We have a fairly fancy lounge that I'm actually really pleased with. I like the red. I like everything that's going on with this. Hopefully it's going to keep people nice and happy. They're already going for some coffee, which is beautiful news. No one's going to sit down at the moment. No one's really having a rest. It looks like some of the staff are coming in, though, which is totally fine. Man, I really like this. I really do. It is just, oh, hello, he's moving along. It looks like they're actually sort of disappearing on the sofas, which is really weird. But it seems that it's getting use, which is totally fine by me. So yeah, we have a nice new lounge in Building 1. We've finally given it some purpose, which is not bad. Still plenty of space down here, which honestly could use some loving. What I might do, actually, is turn like this space into a giant kitchen and then remove all of the kitchens from like there and this building as well. So that all of my cooks are going to work in one building and they'll just bring the food over from that building to the other canteens. I feel like that wouldn't be a terrible idea, to be honest. I feel like that's something we could maybe get away with. Now, I do want to have a little look here and see how all of our software is doing at the moment. If we look at our releases, Bug Blocker 5 is yet to make money. Bug Blocker 4 has 71 active users and also didn't really make money. We do have a lot of units, I think. Yeah, it's 2.1 million in stock. We're not printing it anymore, so that's fine. Maybe we can port it. Maybe we can very quickly port Bug Blocker 5 to some different systems. I mean, we might as well, right? We might as well say, hey, it's, you know, gonna go on literally everything that's ever existed. Other, of course, than Nerdbox 2, Nano, and the OS 7, because those don't exist yet. But we can port it to 63 different operating systems. And we can say, hey, let's get this done. Let's make it maybe a little more successful. Put it on some operating system. I mean, there's an operating system from years ago still has like 2.9 million users, so we might as well. Oh man, my stocks are doing okay. I could very well sell my last, like I own 2 bits of stock in my own company. I could very well sell, you know, these stocks for 636 million pounds, thus making me a company worth, or a company with well over 2 billion pounds. The thing is, I kind of want to give myself the goal of not buying out every company, because that's not at all reasonable. There's no way I am going to be able to afford to buy out Fringe Clap, I don't think. Because Fringe Clap are just ridiculous, basically. They have released some stuff, you know, at some prices that have made them ridiculous money. 4 billion on FrameView 4. So yeah, they've made a lot of money. We could absolutely buy out a company like Age Street Inc. Possibly. We could buy them out. We could buy out some of the smaller companies like Theta Style, who were founded last year with one product. They made a great game engine, actually. It's tempting. It's tempting to buy them out. I might do it. I might buy out some of the small competitors, because that great game engine is something that might be worth having. So let me look at their chart. Not their chart, sorry, their details. Because how much would it cost me? Not very much to buy them out. I have to own all the stocks in a company before you can buy it out. Let's do it. Let's buy out this company and say, hey, Theta Style, you are now mine. So I got 0 stocks and the rights to 1 product. Alpha Digital, founded a couple of years ago. You released a good antivirus software. Didn't really make you any money, so we'll not worry about you. Giant Show, you released... Have you released nothing? Where were you founded? October 2011 with no products released. Slide Corp, what have you done? You released a mediocre content management system. Fair enough. We still haven't set up the 2 remaining types of content management system. We should probably get around to doing that at some point. Although, honestly, I really don't think it's that important to get the 2 remaining types of content management system. I don't think it's ever going to be the type of thing that makes us a shed load of cash. I think it's just something I want to do for the completionist in me. But we'll see. We'll see if that's the thing we end up doing. Either way, we have just finished porting Bug Blocker 5 to other systems. It made how much last month? Let me have a look. Oh, so Realtek's there. We should do some marketing on that. I might do some marketing. So Bug Blocker made £531,000 last month. We'll see how that does. Let's print a few copies of Realtek. And let's get it under marketing. With the 2 marketing teams, of course. Because I'm curious to see what they can do to Realtek. I'm actually very curious to see what some of our marketing can do for this this piece of software. Because it could do some good things. Also, do we have a marketing team that's working in the evenings? Oh, you're working for 8. That's not right. You need to be working from 9. Yeah, I forgot they still work until 5. They don't work until 4. They work until 5. That's fine. We'll see what Realtek manages to do, because it is good. It is good by every stretch of the imagination. We could also look into porting it if it's not already on some decent operating systems. So if we port Realtek with all of our usual teams, yeah, there's a lot of people here that can't experience it. I imagine the company that made it didn't have the money to port it to these systems. So we'll not put it in Nerdbox or Nano or the OS 7. Which, interestingly, the license for the OS 7 is quite pricey there. But we will port it to all of those. Because it is a good piece of software, and I'm curious to see how it ends up doing. So, I mean, if we don't make anything from it, I don't really care. We have enough money to make that kind of decision, but the Realtek made £16,000. That's fine. We were mentioned in regards to a company takeover. £72,000 with only 1 product in the market. That's totally okay. If we have a look into my company, which is in here somewhere, how do I look at my own company? It's just my own stocks, isn't it? Yeah, so I've bought out 5 companies. I have 24 original IPs and 36 products. Fair enough. I have 64% share in my own company. I think. Is that what that means? Possibly. I guess, yeah, that's a huge chunk of the worth of my company right there. Fair enough. We'll not worry too much about that. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with this. There's a decent number of units of Realtek that are currently in storage. Once they get carted out to stores, we can go ahead and say that we don't want to keep printing it, because we probably don't need to keep printing it. So the couriers have arrived. They're going to start picking this up. Yeah, that's probably a good number right there. So we'll go ahead and remove that from printing. I'm just curious, really. I also realized that I really don't need more than £100,000 being spent on this. So set that to 100,000, which I think I did. That is at 100. Yeah, there we go. So 100,000 is totally fine for Realtek. Minimize that. Dump it up at the top of my list. I said dump it up at the top of my list. Just like so. Bring the console OS back down to there, and we'll get that ported. I'm just curious. I really am just curious to see what it ends up making. We have just passed 50 million fans as well, which would be nice. That'd be beautiful on YouTube as well, by the way. Tell your friends. Just as an FYI, if you want to help the channel get to 50 million subscribers, do feel free. Brain Murphy has retired. Good old Brain. There he is. He was an artist. Fair enough. That's totally fine. Speaking of telling your friends and whoring oneself out, pardon my French, I do have a question. Because when I was playing Software Inc. regularly on the channel over the last couple of years, at one point I toyed around with the idea of some merchandise, some t-shirts based on the companies that I had in Software Inc. Because one of my original companies was Nerdosoft Studios. One of my companies was Contendo. And I put together some designs based on the Microsoft Studios and the Nintendo logos, and I toyed around with the idea of putting those on t-shirts. In fact, I think I might have briefly had them on t-shirts for a while. What I'm wondering is, would anyone be interested in me bringing back, well, not bringing it back because I'd remake it and make it look better than it did, but would anyone be interested in like a Nerdrasoft Studios t-shirt? I'm not saying go and buy one. I'm just curious to know if like that's a thing people would be at all curious about, because I'm tempted to make one. I'm tempted to just make one for myself and get it made and sent to me. So I figure if I would wear one, other people might. I know it's not like a reference anyone is really going to get, and people are going to be like, why does it say Nerdrasoft? But yeah, I might do that. That's a thing I might do. We already have a t-shirt on the Society 6 store, which is society6.com/ConflictNerd. It's got my channel banner logo on it, so that's available. Just thought I'd mention whilst we're promoting my stuff. Anyway, let's see if Railtech actually makes money. It made £95,000. That's not terrible. I mean, considering, okay, let's be honest. It's probably not going to make money. It's probably just never going to make money because it's, well, actually, no, it's not on every operating system yet, so it might. I don't think I'm ever going to make a profit on it, but I also don't know if I'm too worried about it. Also, I just noticed Antivirus Bug Blocker 6 is September 2012, the same month that Wave 9 is coming out. Now that's kind of exciting. That is kind of exciting. We're going to have to pay close attention to that. Let's go to deals here and get some stuff in here, because we do have some hosting deals. We also have a print job, which I will accept because we can totally do that in 5 seconds. If we get a hosting, we can chuck that onto the hosting server, of course. We have more hosting up here as well. And more hosting up here as well. It's totally fine. We got some support for task. What is, it's a CMS. Nah, we don't need it. Let's do more hosting. And that looks like all of the hosting jobs. Not bad. So that's going to make us just a little bit more cash, which I'm totally okay with. I'd say things are going really well with this company, though. I really, really do think things are going super, super well with this company. I did mention earlier in the week that this series might be getting wrapped up at the end of this week. I don't think that's something I'm going to do, but what I think I will do is, rather than doing this series the way I have been doing, which has been every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then not Monday and Tuesday, I think after tomorrow's episode, so this episode's going up on Saturday, the 25th of February. On Sunday, the 26th, will be part 16. I think after part 16, we're going to alternate this video back and forth a little bit, this series. Just because I think it is winding down a little bit. People aren't necessarily watching it as much as they were, and I'm wanting to play some other games. I also think that once we've got this list of stuff out that we have here, once we've got the console operating system, the computer operating system, and the phone operating system, and a couple of bits of software for those systems, I think that'll probably be the series done. I don't ever see me having the money to buy out the massive companies, and I don't want to drag this series out for too much longer, because I'm thinking about maybe doing another series in this game, a modded Software Inc. Let's Play, maybe a week or two after this series ends. So yeah, I want to wind the series down a little bit, play a couple of other games. I'm currently looking at bringing back Transport Fever, looking at playing Oxygen Not Included. I'm looking at playing some other things on my second channel, which, by the way, you should go subscribe to. Just another bit of promo there. Yeah, I'm wanting to wind this one down and get ready for the next one, whatever it may be. And I don't want this one to just... I don't want it to carry on for too long. Leaving a little bit of space between episodes means I can get more done in each episode, because what I might do is put together like a last little series of episodes which will have a lot of time pass within them, so that we can see all of this stuff get released, and so we can see the sort of completion of the company with all of this software going out sooner as opposed to later. So I don't expect this episode going on for too much, this series going on for too much longer, but I just wanted to let you know that that's what's happening, because I like keeping people in the loop. I think it's only fair. People often ask where this has gone or where that's gone, so I'm going to make a point of explaining it in the videos, and then if someone asks what happened to it, we know that they didn't watch the video. So if you're seeing this, you're understanding what's going on. If you see someone saying, why isn't Software Inc. like this anymore, you can tell them, so I don't have to. That's the real reason I'm telling everybody, because it makes my job easier. So I just noticed that Realtek actually made almost £300,000 last month, which is not bad, actually. It looks like it might do okay. It sold quite a few units. It's been ported to every operating system under the sun, so we might see some good stuff come from that. We might genuinely see some good stuff come from that, which is kind of exciting. I'm kind of keen to see what happens with it. Also, the amount of people in here is just nuts. I love it. I love seeing all of the couriers and the mechanics or whatever, the maintenance people just sat in here like, well, I'm just gonna stay in here for the day. There's not really much work for me to be doing, so I'm just going to relax right here. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and, I guess, wait for the release of Wave 9 and for the release of Bug Blocker 6, because they're both coming in just a couple of months, and I'm very curious to see if they actually make a schedule of cash, because these will be the first releases since we downsized the company a little bit. Well, it's August 2012. It's not going to be long until we have 2 pieces of software releasing, which I'm very, very excited about. Also, it's interesting to note that Realtek is like teetering on the edge of actually making money. Bug Blocker 5, kind of a similar story there. So what I think I'm going to do is next month, we're going to stop marketing Realtek once its money has been counted for that month, because I think that'll just about end up making a profit. And then what we'll do is, well, we'll automatically stop marketing Bug Blocker 5, I think, because we'll be marketing the next one, which is hopefully going to be better than mediocre, because if it's only mediocre or worse, I'm not going to be very happy. A lot of people retiring there. None of them were leaders, though, so we're okay. We only have a problem when a leader ends up retiring. So any second now, it's going to take over into September 2012, which is beautiful news. Still no leaders retiring, which is good. Hold on a minute. So they're currently designing Wave 10, which is beautiful news. Bug Blocker 6 is still sat there. Wave 9 needs to make a lot of money to be successful, but what we'll do is stop marketing Realtek. It made some money. Vision.3D made £490 million. I'm going to stop marketing it as well. It's still making £364,000 a month, but I'm willing to... No, you know what? It would be dumb to do that. What we'll do is we'll stop marketing it if Wave 9 and Bug Blocker 6 make more than that in a month, which they should. Wave 9 is outstanding. It is outstanding, and it's a very popular franchise. Wave 8 made £559 million. Wave 8 made 9.4 million last month alone, and it is over 2 years old, so it should be fine. And this one is higher quality than the one that came before it, which was higher quality than the one before that. So hopefully we're going to see some good things. We should have Bug Blocker 6 going out today. It should be. It better be. Where is it? Why is Bug Blocker 6 not in the hands of the people? What's going on here? That's a little bit concerning. That's a little bit concerning that Bug Blocker 6 is set for that September 2012 release date and just isn't moving. Come on, guys. Let's get this out to the people, please. You don't have long left to do it. Is it done? Like, that's a question we have to ask here. Bug Blocker 6. September 2012. Why is that not out? Why have we not released this? Everybody's just gone home, and we still haven't released this? Uh-oh. Oh, dear. That might be a problem right there. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. Still nothing? Still no release? It is now October. Oh, no, we did release it. We did release it. How much did they both get released? No, it didn't. It got released late. Wave 9 is well worth the price. We don't expect it to sell. Hopefully we port it. Yeah, whatever. Wave 9 made, oh my god, £24 million. £24 million! It made everything back so quickly. We need to start printing that. Absolutely need to start printing that. We're going to start printing Bug Blocker 6 as well, which is bad. Okay. That's worrying. Oh dear. And the Vision 3D production. That's fine. Bug Blocker 6 was late. I'm a little bit concerned about that. But hopefully we can make Bug Blocker 7 better. Audio Tool next release is May 2015. I like that they just get straight into it. Like a month after release, it's like next one's coming out in May 2015. No doubt about it. That's amazing. The £24 million last month. Immediately in there with 202,000 active users. What systems is that even on? Like that's, okay, yeah, admittedly it is on most of the popular systems. Let's put it on that one as well. Because it has like 2-point-something million users, we might as well. I'm curious. I'm curious to see what happens here. I also imagine the next antivirus software is going to take longer to make than we spent on Bug Blocker or whatever it was that we just released. And I think the reason this one might have been bad is because we took so many people off the project midway through. But that's fine. I'm honestly, I don't care. Basically, I really don't, because 24 million in a month from Wave, like that's amazing. That's so good. How much did we make this month? Like, can we have a look at the sheet? 23 million right there. That's pretty good. Let's see what we end up making. So we're 1.63 is now 1.658. Oh boy. Let's look at these reviews. Bug Blocker 6, not worth it. We might need to port it. We do need to port it. Bug Blocker 6 made nothing, really. 28 million on Wave 9, 368,000 active users. Oh my god. That's kind of nuts. Let's see. There's not really anything to port Bug Blocker 6 to, if we're being honest. There's nothing that it's not on that it needs to be on, which is worrying because it's probably not gonna end up selling very well. But we'll not worry about it too much. I don't think there's any cause for concern here today. The good news, though, ladies and gentlemen, is it's November 2012. In 2013, we're going to be releasing Vision.3 Edition 2. We're going to be releasing Squareface 2. And we're going to be releasing Nano, the phone operating system, which might be good or might be terrible. I don't know, but I'm excited. Either way, that's going to be it for today. Going to be leaving it there. Thank you kind of for watching. This has been Software Inc. Alpha 9 Part 15, I think. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.